Carson did an oopsie. Carson did an oopsie. Haha. Carson did a mini lad. Alright, that's a bit far-fetched. He did not do a mini lad. What he did do was a pyrocynical. Okay, maybe not. Maybe because it did not involve, you know, the most unholy things imaginable to man. But it did involve good old N-U-D-E-S. N-U-D-E-S. We all love some N-U-D-S, unless it's from minors. Haha. Long story short, if you don't know what the hell happened, our boy Carson right here, look at him. Look at his beautiful little pimple. Basically, he got canceled. No, not canceled. Exposed. Also, he is getting canceled. Exposed for talking to good old females who were 17 years old. Do you know what that means? It means he is big guilty time, alright? He did big oopsie, big guilty. Therefore, he goes jail. Okay, here's the actual deal. Personally, I want to talk about this. Yes, it is a trend. I want to get views. I want to get subscribers. Please, I'm not against him. Seems like an alright dude. Basically, just this proves even more that Twitter deserves to be thrown upon the 9th circle of hell and left there forever. Never to get out. Satan wouldn't touch that. Even Satan would just look at it and just go and get in disgust. He'll just say, I wouldn't wish that upon my greatest enemy. Basically, what I want to talk about was, people are so fast to rush this stuff, man. Just wait for Carson's response. The same thing with Pyrocynical. Same thing with James Charles. Wait till more info gets out. Wait till Carson responds. If it's a good response, it'll clear his name. He'll admit it. Things will get better. Hopefully, I really hope so. Because if you'd make an apology like good old mini lad lover, you will be hated for life. Believe me. So just please, to anybody who listens to this stuff, be patient. Wait. Listen to the information. Listen to the dude. Listen to the victims, the accused person. Just wait. Because if we rush into this, if it's the same thing as James Charles and Pyro, it will destroy many innocent people's lives and careers, and it's just not worth it. It shouldn't be something where if a person gets accused, everybody's like, oh, it's true, it's true, it's true. No, wait, there's both sides. A coin has two sides for a reason. I don't know why, maybe you should have one side. But basically just wait, because it's not worth it. Patience, my children. You have to do it. Be patient. I do wonder though, what was the thing with him not being able to control himself? Because I did see the text. I did see what she said. I did see what Carson said. Said? Yeah, said. Past tense. 5 years of English course for yes. I did see what they both said. And as much as he is guilty, there is a bit of innocence there because he seems to have an urge which he really couldn't control. And from what I saw, it did seem like he was on good terms with them. But then it just went exposed. And that's really suspicious. Why would he be on good terms with the girls after he, made mistakes, he admitted, he apologized, and then they would just expose him? That's really suspicious to me. Granted, everybody thought, Pyro, Minilad were actually some decent people, and, they got exposed for not being decent people. But I will really just say, it's really weird, especially this day and age, how many people are being exposed for doing stuff with minors. Carson, Pyro, Minilad can literally go to the 8th circle. Not 9th, that's for Twitter, but the 8th. He's right there. It's really interesting nowadays. Who else has done this stuff? And also one thing which I was really shocked by was our good boy, Budget Messiah. If you didn't know, Carson was 19 when he talked to these girls, and the girls were 17, so it was a 2-age gap, which really isn't that bad. No, it's not bad. It's literally nothing. There's nothing bad about that. It was the nudes, which he apparently exchanged with them, that was really messed up. But basically, he talked about how the age gap isn't that big, and it got spun out of context to, oh, he is defending his actions. which is the opposite of what he was doing. He's saying the dating part, the age gap, is nothing to worry about. But the nudes, the exchange nudes, the good old PPs and VVs, those are what's the biggest problems. Biggest problem. What the hell? Speaketh mouth! Oh, I'm eating some seeds, excuse me. But basically, it's just really interesting how fast people are taking things out of context and why they're taking them out of context. And I don't understand why, because if people want the truth, why are you taking things out of context? Why are you making the truth a lie? If you really want people to know something about a certain person that's not not good, why are you spinning it? What's the point? Other than clout, of course, which I really, really believe some people do this just for the sake of clout. Just messed up. Imagine ruining somebody's life just so you can get some attention for a little while, and then he just dies out along with the person. It is really horrible and shows how little empathy people have for each other on the internet in general. Granted, there are some very kind people, but it's just so shocking to see how many people twisted words. It said, oh, you did this, you said this, you're defending him, you're not defending him. And to see the reaction, oh, how could Carson do this and this and this? What's really interesting to me is that he seemed to realize what he was doing was wrong, but he kept doing it. Granted, that is still really stupid, because when you know you're doing something wrong, you shouldn't keep going at it. It's, for example, as if you're offending somebody and you tell them, hey, is this bothering you? And they say yes, and you feel their pain, but you keep going. And it's really horrible. For example, the difference between Minilad and Pyro, at least, that from what I saw, he actually genuinely realized he was doing really bad things, but he had so many urges which he couldn't control, and that resulted in him talking to his fans. There's nothing wrong with a fan and for example, a fan and celebrity dating, of course. There's nothing wrong with that, unless the fan is really young. For example, if she was 15, that's a whole different story. But she's 17. There's nothing wrong with that. He was 19, 17. The nudes are the problem. And the matter of fact is he seemed to realize that. And from what I made research upon, it seemed like he made peace with them. He reconciled. He said, I'm sorry. And they stopped talking. But it's weird that this has not been told by her. For example, the girl said, oh no, she hasn't said anything about a reconciliation. She hasn't said anything about just generally him apologizing. But it is really suspicious. There's a lot of things that are missing. There are a lot of pieces which are missing. And people are trying to fill them with fake pieces. And they don't fit. They're just making the puzzle more puzzling. They're making the problem bigger while trying to fix it. And it's the thing, you should wait for the pieces to fit. You should wait for the pieces to come. Not the CUM type, but you should wait for them. Because if you're patient, then things will slowly unravel themselves. Just like these other allegations. Pyro, Minilad, they slowly got out. So maybe, for once, we really shouldn't rush. And thank you very much. These were the Andy Krasniqi news. I hope you enjoyed. Remember to like, subscribe, and also...
I want to die.